Yeah. The thing that I like about it is that you can bring it out after dinner, and it's something that even if someone hasn't had any previous kind of experience in terms of personal growth, it's a really wonderful way that it's fun, but everyone has questions in their life that they want answers to. So it's a really great way of facilitating that, but not having to, bring someone into a workshop. But having said that, I've also, used it in that context. So I've used it in retreats, and everyone's ended up buying their own copies after playing it in the retreat because they've found it to be such a really user-friendly way of getting insight. Really well, in fact, because it's not sort of airy-fairy, it's not overly esoteric. I mean, because it's using animals, there's something everyone can relate to. So, yeah, I think it's a fabulous tool for manly men, and that's been my experience, that the men that have sat down and played it with me have loved it. Yeah. Yeah, look, when I've played it just with women, um, I think sometimes we can go more esoteric, read more into it, because women tend to do that. We tend to really sort of delve deep and look at everything symbolically, and it's a language women are already familiar with. But, when men are brought into the game, that sort of washes off on them, and they love being in an environment where women are really seeing a lot more into their journey than perhaps they would have got themselves. Yeah.
Do you ask?
Yeah. It's, like any oracle, energy follows intent. So it's so powerful to set that question to begin the game, because synchronicity then unfolds and you won't progress from one level to the next until you've got your lesson. And likewise, it'll be a really long game if you're not receptive, if you're just not hearing the lesson. You'll keep pulling the same card again and again and again, sort of putting it up to your frontal lobe to go, okay, yes, like there was one card I kept pulling which was don't push the river, because I have a very strong ego, and it's like, so, it can take forever to finish the game if you're stubborn, if you're sort of not wanting to listen. But a very quick game is when you immediately take on board the cards that you're receiving. Very. I think, it forces you to be very honest with yourself. And so, you know, just to take that time out in our busy lives to actually stop and focus and go, what is the most important thing for me right now that in my life that I'm grappling with, that is in some way limiting me or causing me some frustration. So it's an act of power just to form that question. Clarity. Yeah. And I mean, I do readings for a living, but you know, to have to journey your life, but in a sort of condensed microcosm, makes everything very, very clear, so that then you can take that clarity into your life. So yeah, you know, I've played it when I've been unclear about a decision in my life, and I've walked away with the clarity that I needed. I think this is a wonderful resource to have in your household. It's something really not just that adults can do, but with children as a mum, you know, to have a tool where everyone can sit around the game, and it's not, you know, like Monopoly where, you know, you're sending a message which is he who has the most wins, but it's very much about not competition, but coming together and assisting each other with your life purpose. And so for children to grow up in a household where that's something that's brought out, you know, particularly say for New Year's, you know, setting an intent for the year to come, or Lunar New Year, you know, but at pivotal times or milestones in our lives. So maybe for a child's 21st, so it would make a great milestone gift as well.